everybody.
Hello.
Good morning. I'm really loud, so if you can't hear me, I'm sorry. I'm trying. But first, thank you, Jamie, for introducing me, and I have to say thank you to the whole team at Beats and Bars for having me here. I'm super excited to have this discussion about wellness in the Black community and mental health because this is something that I'm super passionate about. But because I get really excited, I did bring my notes because I will go on a tangent. So, starting, just go ahead and jumping into it. I am Raven Nicole, and I am the CEO and founder of Mindfulness Movement. Mindfulness Movement partners with licensed therapists, advocates, and allies of Black mental health to promote mental wellness, physical wellness, social integration, as well as your spiritual being, like everything, every part of you, your mental, emotional, social, cognitive. We want that all integrated to make you a better person. For the purpose of improving health and fitness while tackling the issue of self-care in our community. This idea was birthed out of a community need, and before we get into details, I feel like it's absolutely necessary for me to share my story in order for you guys to kind of understand what we do. So if you don't mind, I'll share it. Again, I'm Raven, and I'm a graduate of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. I know that I am in Duke and Central Territory, but you guys got the wrong cue. I'm with the better blue. I don't care. I'm a graduate with honors in psychology and sociology with a minor in cognitive science and law. I initially went into school thinking that I was going to be a doctor, but one, I have a fear of blood, and two, I hate biology, so it didn't work out. But I figured I could still help out people in a different way. What about the diseases that you can't see on imagery or on an x-ray? What about the things that are going on in your mind? So that's what happened. I am currently in my internship phase of earning my master's in clinical mental health counseling because right now, Black therapists represent about 4%. That's sad. So let that sit with you. 4% of the mental wellness industry. And I want to shift that narrative. I want to break that stigma, and I can only do it through getting in touch with my community and having conversations like this. So, I'm also certified in the science of well-being, healing with the arts, Reiki, yoga, basically anything holistic and in wellness. This is what I'm passionate about. So before beginning work in the mental health field, I actually was fortunate enough to live my dream. I toured as a background dancer and choreographer for many years, I think starting in 2014. My best friend's here, so hi, love. So I started background dancing actually at an earlier age, and some of my work has been seen with the Sacramento Kings, Genuine Tank, Snoop Dogg, BT, Essence. Like, I could keep going on, but in all of that, every time I got on the stage, the one thing that I wanted people to take with them, the one thing that I wanted to resonate with them is not only that I'm taking care of my physical body to be on this stage, but before, after, and even during, when I'm on that stage, I'm praying. On that stage, I'm meditating. And on that stage, I am always present, always mindful, and always grateful of the things that are going on around me. So, obviously, I'm a Black woman. Yeah. All right, and I'm a proud Black woman. Though it is widely known that depression is the leading cause of mental illness worldwide, its impact on the Black community has not been fully explored. Researchers realize that mental illness as a whole is equally as present in white communities. However, the effect is felt differently. I'm going to get into some statistics, but I'm not going to hold you guys there because they can get boring. I know I don't like them. Again, that's why I did not continue on the biology track. About 13.4% of the United States population identifies as Black or African American. Of this percentage, over 16% report having a mental illness in the past year. 22.4% of those people have also reported a serious mental illness in the past year. Close to 9% of the adult Black community report symptoms of depression, and in this same community, a rise in suicide rates and psychological distress has been reported. We're looking at about 7 million people in the Black community alone that are dealing with mental health crises this year, 2021. Overall, about 44 million people experience mental illness symptoms each year. And despite these rising numbers, individuals within this community who need psychological care often fail to seek or receive assistance with their issues. In fact, only about 1 in 3 individuals seek psychological care that need it. That's a damning statistic. This obviously presents a rising issue in both the community and mental health field. Remember how I said my story influenced what I do? Okay, all right. Like the 16% of Black people in the United States that have experienced mental illness, I am a person that lives with mental illness as well. I wear it well, don't I? All right, so I've been living with mental illness since I was about 14 years old. It started off as a depression and anxiety diagnosis, and with age, it turned into bipolar disorder. I've only recently found comfort in sharing this diagnosis with my friends, family, and even you all because of the stigma associated with mental illness. Since I've begun sharing my story, I've got some very interesting responses, and yes, I noted them here. Just a few days ago, in a sit down with one of my really good friends, he asked me, "Are you sure that the diagnosis was accurate?" I'm thinking, you know, after years of testing, pretty darn accurate. The next question he asked me was, "Are you sure you're not just having a bad day?" I wish it was just a bad day. Like, I wish I could just go to sleep and wake up and everything was okay. He also told me, "Well, you don't look like you have any mental health issues." My first reaction was, does Kendrick Lamar look like he has any mental health issues? Does J. Cole look like he has any mental health issues? Does Mariah Carey, Robin Williams, he was the dang genie out of Aladdin, did he look like he had any mental health issues? No, he didn't. So what does mental health issues look like in a person? Why are they constantly stereotyped? You know what I'm saying? I've even had families say things like, "So what? We're all depressed. I've been dealing with it my whole life. There's no need to go and tell someone all of your business and all of your problems. You're gonna let them tell you what you need in your life and how to fix things in your life, and you're gonna take medication?" I've heard all of these things. The other thing that really stood out to me was, "Maybe you should just take a nap, take a break." Geez, why didn't I think of that? I should have just taken a nap and it would fix everything. Gosh, thank you. This is all of the advice that I've gotten from people that are close to me. And I could honestly go on and on, but you guys get my point. There are many reasons why individuals may opt out of seeking care. Lack of support, y'all have seen it, I just told y'all about some of it. Limited access to care, especially in rural areas. Fear, systemic blocks, etc. I've even heard things like, "This is the devil's work, this is witchcraft, this is God's wrath against you." Like, why would you say that to someone who's battling mental illness? One of the biggest reasons, however, is because of the stigma in the Black community associated with mental illness. We don't necessarily talk about our issues. I think we can all agree with that. We don't. We just don't. We just deal with them. The strong Black woman narrative is something that we've all heard, where you're supposed to, you know, be overworked but underrecognized and you don't feel pain. And Black men, you are not exempt. How many times have y'all heard, "You soft, you showing emotions?" Nah. Or you turn around and you tell someone your feelings and they completely emasculate you. Your own community, the people that you are sharing with, the people that are supposed to support you the most, right? I feel like those people that are in touch with their emotions, are able to share their emotions, they actually are the strongest people that I know. When you can understand your emotions, you can name your emotions. When you can name your emotions, you can control that emotion. And when you can control your emotions, you can control your narrative. So why wouldn't you want to start talking about how you feel? Why is it that when you come down with an illness, say COVID, because we are in COVID pandemic, or the flu, you'll seek help. If you have a broken arm, you'll go to the doctor. But when you have a broken heart, who do you go to? You. Ew. Instead of talking to people, we often suffer silently. We allow mental illness to interrupt our coping to the normal stresses of life, which then disrupt our ability to work productively and produce our fruit. Our fruit is everything that we are passionate about. All right. We ignore our emotional, psychological, and social well-being for fear of being judged or stigmatized. Why is there a stigma associated with mental illness and there isn't a stigma associated with cancer? Hear me out. My grandmother passed from cancer. My granddad passed from cancer, so I'm not in any way shaming anyone that has had cancer, okay? But when you hear stereotypes associated with this illness, you hear, oh, you're brave, you're strong, you're a fighter, you can persevere through anything. But the stereotypes associated with a person living with mental illness is, you're lazy, you have no vision, you can't keep moving forward, you're just sad all the time. And that's not true. You gotta think about it. Like I said, only 1 in 3 people in this room, you know, they will go out and seek help. They will actually talk about the issues that they're having. That's strength. Does that not look like bravery to you? Those with, that courageous fight they put forth daily is completely ignored. With more than 700,000 people dying from suicide each year, which is more than 1 person every 40 seconds. Does that not seem alarming to you guys? More than 1 person every 40 seconds is dying by suicide, which is more deaths by suicide than the highly publicized breast cancer. So why isn't this a bigger issue? I'd say those that battle mental illness are actually quite courageous to get up and tell your story and then move forward and fight every single day. So, how do we break this stigma? Anybody got it? Talk about it! Thank you! All right, so we talk. It has been well documented that the stigma is among the largest deterrents to seeking treatment. So the first step is to have a conversation like we're doing today. A real and open conversation about what mental illness is and what it is not can help in reducing stereotypes associated with the illness. Next, we educate ourselves. Personally, I take every opportunity that I can to educate people, my people, and share my story. You never know what a person is going through, and you never really know how your story can impact someone else. You are a light, and that light may shine on someone else that needed you so badly that you didn't even recognize it. We must also be conscious of the things that we choose to say or do and begin to refrain from using mental health conditions as adjectives. For example, if someone's mood goes from happy to sad, you don't go around and say, oh, you're just bipolar. I've heard that. Maybe a stimulus in their environment changed. Have you considered that? Did you ask them what was going on and what do they need from you and what does support look like? Language is problematic, so be mindful of it. Encourage equality amongst different illnesses. Again, we talked about this briefly, but would you ever make fun of someone with cancer? I doubt it. So before you call someone crazy or something like that, consider what battles they're fighting internally that are unseen by you. Show empathy. How good does it feel to get a compliment? Like, sis, you in yellow. You got some beautiful skin. That compliment felt good, right? Give compliments. Like, show some compassion to others, including those dealing with mental illness, because it can change the scope of someone's day. And live a life of empowerment. We can fight stigma by living a big, bold life. Guys, I literally lived my dream. My brother is right here. He can tell you from the time that I started walking, I wanted to dance. I wanted to see the world with dance. Did I not? All right. So, I got to do that, and I got to do that with depression, I got to do that with anxiety, and I'm still doing it with bipolar disorder. So what's the issue here? Live that big, bold life. Like I said, I've battled an illness for years that others can't see, and I live the life of my dreams. Instead, by calling it a name, I began to control my narrative and become educated to what my needs are. I can also discover resources to help me live a big and bold life. I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly searching for the next thing that could help me. That's why I said I got certified in Reiki, mindfulness, meditation, because I want to know and I want to grow my knowledge base so that I can help myself and help others. Now, when addressing your own mental illness or your mental wellness, mental wellness, we're going to shift that already. When addressing your own mental wellness, I'd like to share with you a free resource that's found in mindfulness. Can anyone take a guess on what it is? Read it. It's you! It's you! It's you! It's you! It's you! It's you! You are your biggest resource to healing yourself. Today, you made the awesome decision to come and hear about mindfulness and how you can incorporate mindfulness into your daily lives. And if you want some tips, breathing is huge. We are going to do a breathing exercise before we leave here because I do believe in practicing before you go. But we're going to go over a few of the different principles that are important to mindfulness so that you can continue to live a mentally well life, as well as one that is focused, present, and in tune with your journey. Mindfulness and therapy are what I like to call a spa for your mind. People like to go get massages, people like to go get facials, some people like to go in the gym so they can change their physique. What are you doing for your mind? Go to that spa, okay? Go seek therapy, go seek counsel, or even just let it out, talk, journal, do those things that you can actually express yourself and your feelings. The official definition describes mindfulness as paying attention on purpose or being present in the present moment without judgment. Come on in. What that means is you concern yourself with the here, you concern yourself with the now, and you are intentional and aware of your actions, your words, and your thoughts on a consistent basis. Mindfulness can help you connect with yourself and others. It can help you to be more productive and respond more responsibly to stressful situations. And personally, I find that practicing mindfulness helps me to prevent burnout. Because I am more aware of my triggers and my stress response, I'm able to realize when things are going left for me and come right back to where I need to be. It also helps you to regulate your emotions, and it lessens the amount of sickness that you feel. My immune system is popping. I don't get sick. I really don't. Like the last time I had a cold was 2013. You wanna know why? I take care, okay? I take care of myself internally, not just the food that I eat. I practice mindfulness when I'm eating, but I also practice it when I'm drinking things, when I'm working out and things like that. But most importantly, I reduce the amount of stress so that I can have a strong immune system, because sick is not cute. Sick will never be cute. Huh? What was that? Oh, okay. All right, there are 7 mindfulness principles involved in the mindfulness practice that are interconnected. We'll go over them and we'll do a really quick mindfulness exercise. Is that cool with everybody? Cool. All right. So the first principle is non-judging. In mindfulness, individuals strive to be compassionate, open, and open-hearted. In every mindfulness book, you will likely find quotes about being a witness to your experiences instead of a critic. This means you watch an experience unfold and allow yourself to feel it all. And you begin to notice when you're being judgmental of yourself and others. And what that means, say right now, in this moment, instead of being a critic and how I have to keep looking at my phone, I'm just experiencing this, and I'm excited to be here and share these things with you. I'm not judging myself, because guess what? I'm human, and if I don't have this right here, I'm going to go off on a tangent. So we're going to stick with it. The second principle is patience, and this is the one that I struggle the most with. I cannot lie. You're welcome. Go for it. Patience is simply experiencing life with calmness and self-control. This requires extreme inner peace, extreme inner peace, and connection with yourself. And the goal is to let things unfold in their own time without rushing yourself or rushing your process. And it also means to give yourself grace. We are imperfect people, and I love our imperfections. That makes us unique, and that uniqueness helps us to shine. So be patient with yourself in everything that you do so that you can go on your journey in the way that you're supposed to. The third principle is a beginner's mind, and honestly, it's my favorite. I like to use the example of the 2-year-old. Does anyone have kids in here? Kids? I got 2. Shut up. My brain, put your hand down. She has a dog, and you gotta feed it. All right, so if you have a kid, you already know. One thing that they love to do is explore, even when you don't want them to, and you would love for them to sit down, be quiet, and not do anything for just a little while. They are up. They are in everything that you told them not to be in. They're still walking around doing stuff that you told them a million times, don't do it. They don't understand the concept of no. They do understand the concept of yes when it's something for them, but they explore everything with a beginner's mind, especially those that are around 2, 1, something like that. They start walking, right? And they fall. But they get back up because, hey, what the heck? I just tried something new, and I'm still going to keep exploring and keep doing things because I like this newness. It excites me. Honestly, fear is taught. And that's why 2-year-olds are my heroes. They can do anything. They're superheroes because they're not afraid of anything. They explore each day with newness. And that newness is what's so darn beautiful. You may have seen days before, but you've never seen this day. So how can you explore it with newness? The fourth principle, trust. Fun. It's applicable to every area of your life. We all know that. You need to learn to trust yourself, trust your judgment, and trust your intuition, and trust your own authority. As you grow and trust with yourself, you discover what it means to live a life of authenticity. What would it look like if you began to trust yourself to commit to the things that you're doing each day? Like, do we all believe in the power of manifesting things? I say my affirmations daily. I trust myself to make it happen. I trust the people around me to hold me accountable. I trust God to lead me to where I need to be. Trust yourself, because everything that He's given you for this journey, you absolutely need it, but you can't get to the next step of your journey if you don't trust you. So we're halfway done. The fifth principle is non-striving. We spend so much time in our lives trying to change things that already are set. Like, we could change a few things. We could change our environment. We could change the people that we're around. But there's some things that are going to happen. That car is going to drive by. I can't change that. So why would I go outside and push the daggone truck? I can't. Like, yeah, I'm not going to do anything. What would it look like for you to trust yourself and allow what you put into the atmosphere to manifest instead of trying to dictate every aspect of it? Let some things go. Just get on, hold on to it, I swear. So I have a tendency to group the final 2 principles together, and that's just acceptance and letting go. You obviously can see why I would group them together. Acceptance, of course, refers to your individual willingness to see things for what they are, and the letting go is letting go. You release the things that do not serve you. You release the people that do not serve you, because sometimes people can hold you back, even if they're your family, your friends, they've been around you since you were 2 years old. Release those people if they're holding you back. That's my mindfulness tip of the day. But yeah, those thoughts, feelings, actions, and people that don't aid in your growth and your most authentic self, you have to accept them for what they are and what they've given you throughout the years, and then allow yourself to release it. So, a quick mindfulness exercise that we can do anywhere, on a job, in traffic, not the close your eyes part because that would look bad out on the road, but we're gonna do a quick mindfulness exercise if you guys don't mind. We're gonna take a deep breath in and release. And if you guys trust me enough, I would love for you to either lower your gaze or close your eyes. We're going to do some seated awareness, which means you're going to sit comfortably in your seat. However, I want your spine to be elongated, so sit up straight, not so straight that it hurts, but sit up straight enough that you are aware of everything in your body. Can you feel your breath? Can you feel your internal rhythms, your heartbeat, your breath, the things that are going on around you? All right, shrug and then relax your shoulders. And do it a couple of times if you need to. You can move your head from side to side and up and down. Just try to loosen that up a little bit. Maybe you'll want to do a few seated twists. So you might want to turn to your left and turn to your right. Yep. And again, take another deep inhale and a deep exhale. All right, so what we're going to do is my favorite breathing exercise is the 5-5-5 breathing. So you're going to breathe in for 5 seconds. You're going to hold for 5 seconds. You're going to release for 5 seconds. We're going to do this 10 times, and this has been proven to slow down your heart rate, calm your anxiety, and get you back to your present. Are you guys ready? All right, so here we go. We're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3. Last time. Inhale, deep, 3, 4, 5. And hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you would, just place one hand over your heart. Feel that natural rhythm. That's good. You're alive. And if you would, we're just going to close out with a couple of affirmations because I believe in it. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I believe in my power. I believe in my power.